So this is a little bit of the cleanup I started on. I brushed this little area here, kind of from here all the way along here, and then back. It's a small area, and I brushed that all or mulched it all with my Bombalite brush mulcher on my mini excavator on my Sani SY50U. And so now I'm just raking it and all the leaves up into piles so I can burn the rest of it whenever we get some dry weather. So I just want to make this area inside this little parcel of bush here, just so I can mow it or even have flower gardens or something back here once I fence it off, because we have a big problem with white-tailed deer here, and our government's so goddamn stupid here in Canada. They don't do anything, so they just keep letting them multiply and spread disease and everything else. There's a oak tree stump that I tore out. It was right beside the proposed pond area, and I think I posted a previous video about it last year, and I was starting to strip some topsoil. I had some low spots I wanted to fill, and I figured, oh, maybe this year I can dig the pond and all that. So I started with the loader on my tractor, and I did actually manage to tear out some small stumps with that thing. I was pretty surprised how tough that little tractor is. But then I looked at the cost of the liner, because this is kind of loamy, sandy ground, so the water drains out. Like, I had water sitting in here on the weekend because we had like 2 inches of rain, and the ground just sucked it right up. So yeah, I can't just dig a hole and let water fill in. It's not going to happen. So eventually what I want to do is I'm going to shape it all, make nice edges on it like I do on some of the projects I do with the larger equipment. And then I'm going to get a EPDM liner, 45 mil. And I'm going to put that in here. It's probably only going to be 3 or 4 feet from the surface. And then it's going to kind of slope and twist up to this area right behind our garden shed. And then I'm going to have it so that it'll be like a rock bottom kind of thing, like nice round boulders and that. And then the water will cascade down through here, because I'm into model railroading, and I might get into garden scale model railroading. I actually bought some track for it, and I might make it so it runs through this area. So look it up if you're not familiar, but I don't know, I kind of like that stuff. So yeah, it's been a long winter here, right from Boxing Day all the way to this very day, and into this weekend. We've had nothing but shitty weather. We've had a few good days here or there, but been very few in between. So we finally got rid of most of the snow. There's still a few dark places where there's snow. You can even see across the big drain over there, there's lots of snow left. And then we've had an onslaught of rain, almost like once a week kind of thing. And we don't need it. And we're on the 3rd time around, and it's going to piss down again. So everybody's pissed off about it. And places are flooding, so people are, they're not in a good place right now. And yet we're supposed to be a drought year here or some horse shit like that. So anyway, we'd like to try and get this done, burn up all the mulchings and brush and stuff like that. Just thin stuff out so that the bush can grow a little bit healthier. I'll probably take out a few of the poplar trees because some of them are getting towards the end, and I can use them for firewood. The oak trees, I want to save as many as I can, but there's always a few that you end up having to take down for one reason or another. So, but yeah, right from this spot here, there was actually a whole bunch of old tin cans and stuff, rusted out old tin cans, because this used to be some sort of road allowance at one time, and they weren't going to expand the town anymore, so then they just give the property to whoever lived in front of it. So I tracked through here with the mini excavator. My wife was actually digging this out by hand, and I was helping her. We had hauled quite a few garbage can loads and pail loads of all this kind of rusty old tin cans, like stuff like from before we had plastic sort of thing. But I'm kind of getting fed up of doing that. I'm just going to take the mini excavator, dig the shit out and haul it somewhere or bury it, one or the other. And then at some point then I'll dig this all out. It's going to cost quite a bit of money for the liner. And then I'll start on building our kind of little lake or creek system, river system, however it ends up being once I get to that point. So it's just a little update. So I haven't posted much because I literally did not do anything back here all winter. It was just too much snow and too much cold, and I had a lot of other things going on. Trying to make sure I had work lined up for the spring, but everything kind of gets changed from one minute to the next. So just trying to make this all up, and I'm kind of out of shape and fat, so it's not a lot of fun. It's all sticks and everything and deadfall bits that I couldn't get with the mulcher. You only have so much power with a mulcher, especially when it's on a mini excavator. If you got one on a skid steer, that's great, but we also have a lot of rock around here of all different sizes. Like, you get these big boulders. Unfortunately, previous owners dumped concrete and crap in the back here. So it's all stuff I got to clean out, do something with. And then whoever cleaned out this ditch the last, they threw boulders onto our, what is now our land. It was somebody else's at that time. So figure out what to do with that. And of course they cut down trees and they just threw them back here. They didn't even split them or use them for firewood. And then they were dumping garbage back here. So there's piles of garbage. That's all got to get hauled to the dump. It's all mixed with dirt. So that's a big pain in the butt. And I have a bunch of that over there too. I think I've shown some video of that before. I had a whole bunch of stumps in here I dug out. These were big ones. These were like big poplar tree stumps. So it was some pretty deep digging. So everything got rototilled here. Plowed under. See, there's some garbage there. Some right here. But yeah. You get over here, like there was bits of sheet metal. We cleaned up a lot last year, but there's still shit tons. They were throwing garbage bags full of dirty diapers. It's all now mixed with mud and dirt and everything. They were trying to burn stuff. These are all the stumps I dug out. There was like 5 or 6 of them. I've got 3 more there to go, actually 4. And I'm going to probably have to take those oaks out anyways, because I want to turn this into a bit of a gravel parking pad here for my big trailer and all that, because everything's parked on a little bit of gravel I do have that's not mud. And here in Manitoba, most of our gravel's junk anyways, so it's always kind of muddy. See? Diapers. Fucking white trash. So, I'll have to get a roll-off bin, or I might just have to, as I have money, get a rented dump trailer and load it up with the mini and then haul it off to a landfill that'll take it. So just been trying to clean that up as the ground has been thawing out slowly here. So there's all kinds of stuff back here. Some old, one of those old metal 5-gallon pails. I mean, what a waste. But that's what people do around here. So, oh, you got bush? That's a good place to put all your garbage. Dumb fucking hillbillies. Tin, gotta separate the tin. So I'll be in here with the tooth bucket and I'll pick that all out. And why I don't have a thumb? Well, thumb adds a lot of parasitic weight to the end of the excavator stick and the boom. And so when you're using a wrist bucket like I'm always doing, it actually makes it very difficult. It makes it kind of tippy when you're stretched out. So what I want to do is get some kind of grapple, preferably a rotating grapple, but they're almost 30 grand, some of them. But I want to get something where it's all built into the unit, and I've looked at a few. It's just a matter of the jobs coming in, which I've got a few lined up already. And then I can afford stuff like that. See, I got more rocks I dug out with the mini as I was digging the stumps out. I throw them all back in the ditch. So, this is a provincial drain. It's supposed to be maintained by the province of Manitoba, but they don't do maintenance. So, we were at like flood stage 9 here a few days ago. You can see how high up the cattails got. So, yeah. And it's supposed to happen again this weekend. Yay! So, yeah. So anyways, I'll load this up tonight if I remember. And, yeah, I got deadfall in here. I'm going to probably burn all this grass again like I did last year. I was in here with the quad with my water tank on there, but I might have a friend come and help me, so I might be able to burn more all at once sort of thing. 'Cause as soon as I kind of get to the end of my water there, then I'd shut her down. So I would keep spraying just a little bit just to keep it under control. And then And then once I started running out of water, then I'd douse it and then go fill up and then start all over again. I've had a couple friends with me. I'm gonna set up the fire pump. I got a whole bunch of fire hose now too, so we can kind of let it go and get it done a little faster, provided it's not windy. So tonight would have been actually perfect, but ain't gonna happen tonight. So, but the grass is like dry enough that you can burn it and all the ticks out of it. Got lots of wood ticks out here. So finally we've had a decent day. It got to 8 degrees Celsius. Oh my god. It's so warm. And this little ramp I'm walking on, this is all dirt from stripping out some of that. Just wanted to make a little bit of a higher trail. And I'll do a little bit more of that, and then I want to put like a bridge over the pond area, have like an arch bridge, but I'll have to talk to somebody who can help me with that sort of thing. So yeah, in a little fire pit area, I had some big poplar logs I cut up there. I was bucking them up because I needed firewood in the shop. So I bucked those up. And some of them are too green, so I gotta split them once they dry out after the summer. In that whole area, I want to put like the patio stones around the fire pit there, so it's a little nicer because it looks kind of ramshackle at the moment. Level it all out with sand and then put patio blocks around it. Concrete ones, obviously. And then, yeah, it'll be nice. Anybody comes over to have a nice level place to sit their chairs and whatever. So, but yeah, get this all cleaned up and it's going to look a lot better. Already does.